What would you do if you were alone at home and suddenly felt crushing chest pain that you knew was a heart attack? In the next 15 minutes, you'll learn 7 life-saving actions that cardiologists say can triple your survival chances when having a heart attack alone. Plus, I'll reveal the one critical mistake that 60% of heart attack victims make in the first 5 minutes that dramatically reduces their chances of survival. Chester, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Omaha, was watching television alone when severe chest pain struck at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. By following these exact steps his doctor had taught him, he survived what cardiologists later called a widowmaker heart attack. The key was knowing exactly what to do in the first critical minutes when every second counts. Tip 1. Make the emergency call that saves lives. The first 60 seconds after chest pain starts determine whether you live or die, and this isn't an exaggeration designed to frighten you. According to the American Heart Association's emergency response data, patients who call 911 within the first minute of symptom onset have survival rates exceeding 90%, while those who wait just 10 minutes see their survival chances drop to less than 60%. Your heart muscle begins dying within minutes when blood flow stops, and each minute of delay means more permanent damage that cannot be reversed. The difference between immediate action and hesitation is literally the difference between living independently and facing lifelong disability or death. Most seniors make the fatal mistake of waiting to see if the pain will pass or trying to drive themselves to the hospital instead of calling for professional help. Research from Johns Hopkins Emergency Medicine shows that 40% of heart attack victims wait more than 30 minutes before seeking help, often because they don't want to bother anyone or they're embarrassed about a false alarm. This deadly hesitation costs lives every single day across America, and the victims are usually people who thought they were being reasonable or considerate. Emergency dispatchers would rather respond to 100 false alarms than arrive too late for one real heart attack. The solution is absolute and non-negotiable. Call 911 immediately at the first sign of chest pain, shortness of breath, or arm pain, even if you're not completely certain it's a heart attack. Don't call your doctor, don't call your children, don't drive yourself anywhere, and don't take a shower or change clothes first. Pick up your phone right now and dial 911 the moment you feel sustained chest discomfort that lasts more than 2 minutes. Emergency medical technicians are trained to assess and treat heart attacks in the field, often saving more heart muscle than hospital emergency rooms can save after delays. Louise from Minneapolis waited 20 minutes thinking her chest pain would pass, nearly costing her life when she collapsed in her kitchen. She survived only because her neighbor found her unconscious and called 911 immediately. Never hesitate or second-guess yourself when chest pain strikes. Call 911 now, because the heart muscle you save in the first minute cannot be saved later. Tip 2. The door and light strategy. What good is calling 911 if paramedics can't get inside your home quickly when you're having a medical emergency? This question might seem obvious, but National Emergency Medical Services data shows that 15% of cardiac emergency responses are delayed by locked doors, security systems, or homes that are difficult to locate in the dark. Every minute that paramedics spend trying to gain access to your home is a minute of heart muscle dying permanently, and these delays are completely preventable with simple preparation. Professional emergency responders are trained to work fast, but they can't help you if they can't reach you quickly and efficiently. Locked doors, activated security alarms, and dark house numbers create dangerous delays that can mean the difference between surviving a heart attack and suffering massive heart damage. According to Mayo Clinic emergency protocols, patients who facilitate rapid paramedic access have significantly better outcomes because treatment begins an average of 4 minutes sooner than patients in secured homes. Those extra 4 minutes can mean the difference between minor heart damage and major disability or death. Paramedics carry life-saving equipment and medications that can stop a heart attack in progress, but only if they can reach you immediately. The solution is simple and takes less than 30 seconds, but could save your life. Immediately after calling 911, unlock your front door and turn on all outside lights, including porch lights and any landscape lighting you have. If you have a security system, disarm it completely so paramedics won't trigger alarms when they enter your home. Move any obstacles like furniture, rugs, or decorations away from your front door if possible, creating a clear path for stretchers and medical equipment. If you live in an apartment building, prop open any lobby doors or security gates if you can do so safely. Gerald from Phoenix survived his massive heart attack because paramedics reached him 3 minutes faster after he unlocked his door and turned on his porch light, making his house clearly visible from the street. Those 3 minutes saved enough heart muscle to preserve his independence and quality of life. Make access easy for paramedics right now. Unlock doors and light up your home immediately after calling 911 because every second counts when your heart is dying. Tip 3. The life-saving position. How you position your body during a heart attack directly affects blood flow to your heart and brain, and the wrong position can make your condition dramatically worse. Mayo Clinic emergency cardiac care research shows that patients who remain upright during heart attacks maintain better blood pressure and oxygen levels than those who lie flat, which seems counterintuitive to most people. When you lie flat during a heart attack, your heart has to work harder to pump blood throughout your body, and fluid can accumulate in your lungs, making breathing more difficult. The position of your body can literally determine how much heart muscle survives the attack. Lying flat during a heart attack is one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make, yet it's what most people instinctively want to do when they feel weak or dizzy. Cardiologists at Johns Hopkins found that patients who lie flat during cardiac events are 35% more likely to lose consciousness and suffer more severe heart damage than those who remain upright. When you're lying down, blood pools in your legs and abdomen, reducing the amount available to your heart and brain when both organs are already struggling. This position also compresses your diaphragm, making it harder to breathe when your body desperately needs oxygen. The life-saving solution is to sit upright in a sturdy chair with your back supported, or lean against a wall with your knees slightly bent if no chair is available. Keep your head elevated above your heart level and avoid slouching or leaning forward, which can compress your chest and make breathing more difficult. If you feel dizzy or weak, resist the urge to lie down and instead stay seated with your feet flat on the floor. Loosen any tight clothing around your neck, chest, or waist to help with breathing and circulation. Martha from Seattle's heart attack symptoms worsened dramatically when she lay down on her couch, but improved significantly when she moved to her kitchen chair and sat upright. The change in position helped stabilize her blood pressure until paramedics arrived 8 minutes later. Position yourself correctly right now if you're having chest pain. Sit upright and stay upright because it could save critical heart muscle and keep you conscious until help arrives. Tip 4. The calm breathing technique. Did you know that panic during a heart attack can actually make the heart damage worse by increasing your heart's oxygen demand when it's already struggling? Johns Hopkins cardiac emergency research shows that patients who maintain controlled breathing during heart attacks suffer 25% less heart muscle damage than those who hyperventilate or panic. When you panic, your heart rate increases dramatically, your blood pressure spikes, and your heart demands more oxygen at the exact moment when its oxygen supply is already compromised. This creates a dangerous cycle where panic makes the heart attack worse, which increases panic, which further damages the heart. Hyperventilation during a heart attack is extremely dangerous because it changes the chemistry of your blood and can cause additional heart rhythm problems. According to the American College of Cardiology, panicked breathing during cardiac events increases the risk of dangerous arrhythmias that can cause sudden cardiac arrest. When you breathe too fast, you exhale too much carbon dioxide, which affects how your blood carries oxygen to your heart and brain. This chemical imbalance can cause dizziness, confusion, and even loss of consciousness when you need to stay alert to follow emergency instructions. The solution requires mental discipline, but can save your life. Focus on slow, steady breathing through your nose, counting to 4 as you breathe in, holding for 2 seconds, then counting to 4 as you breathe out. Repeat this pattern continuously, making each breath deliberate and controlled, rather than shallow and panicked. If counting is too difficult, simply focus on making your exhale longer than your inhale, which naturally slows your heart rate and reduces panic. Keep your shoulders relaxed and avoid taking huge, gulping breaths that can make dizziness worse. Frank from Dallas credits controlled breathing with keeping him conscious and calm during his 45-minute wait for paramedics in a rural area. His steady breathing helped preserve heart muscle and prevented the dangerous arrhythmias that often complicate heart attacks. Start controlled breathing immediately if you're having chest pain. Your heart needs steady oxygen flow, and panic will only make everything worse when you need to think clearly. Tip 5. The neighbor alert system. Having another person aware of your emergency doubles your survival odds and provides critical backup support that could save your life. American College of Cardiology emergency protocols emphasize that patients with nearby assistance during heart attacks have significantly better outcomes than those who remain completely isolated. When you're alone during a cardiac emergency, you're entirely dependent on your ability to stay conscious and coherent, but heart attacks can cause sudden loss of consciousness without warning. A neighbor or nearby person can provide assistance, guide paramedics to your location, and potentially perform CPR if you collapse. Being completely alone during cardiac arrest reduces survival chances to less than 10%, while having someone nearby who can call for help or perform basic life support increases survival rates to over 40%. According to National Emergency Medical Services data, patients who have another person present during cardiac events receive professional medical care an average of 6 minutes sooner than isolated patients. Those extra 6 minutes often mean the difference between minor heart damage and massive heart attack that destroys your independence. Even elderly neighbors can help by simply staying with you, talking to you to keep you conscious, and providing information to paramedics about what they observed. The practical solution is to alert a trusted neighbor, building manager, or nearby person immediately after calling 911, but only if you can do so quickly and safely. Send a text message or make a brief phone call saying you're having a medical emergency and need them to come over right away. If you live in an apartment building, buzz the manager or a trusted neighbor and ask them to meet paramedics at the entrance. Give them simple instructions like, "I called 911, please help guide them to apartment 4B," rather than complex explanations about your symptoms. Vincent from Chicago was saved when his neighbor found him conscious but weak after receiving his emergency text message and was able to guide paramedics directly to his apartment and provide valuable information about his condition. The neighbor's presence also kept Vincent calm and alert until professional help arrived. Alert someone nearby right now if you're having chest pain. You need backup support, because heart attacks can cause sudden unconsciousness without any warning. Tip 6. The medical information prep. What if you become unconscious during your heart attack and paramedics need critical information about your health conditions, allergies, or current treatments? This scenario happens more frequently than most seniors realize, and having essential medical information immediately available can prevent dangerous treatment complications and save precious time. According to the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians, 30% of cardiac patients lose consciousness before paramedics arrive, making it impossible for them to provide vital medical history that affects treatment decisions. Unknown medical conditions, drug allergies, or interactions can complicate emergency treatment and potentially cause additional life-threatening problems. Emergency medical technicians need to know about conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, bleeding disorders, or previous heart surgeries, because these conditions affect which treatments are safe and effective during cardiac emergencies. Mayo Clinic emergency protocols require paramedics to consider all existing health conditions before administering certain cardiac medications or procedures, but they can only work with the information available to them. If you have allergies to common heart attack medications, or if you take blood thinners, this information could prevent dangerous complications that might be worse than the heart attack itself. The life-saving solution is to keep a current medical information sheet in an obvious location near your phone, on your refrigerator, or by your front door where paramedics can easily find it. Include your full name, date of birth, primary doctor's name and phone number, current health conditions, and any medication allergies clearly written in large print. List any blood-thinning medications, diabetes medications, or heart medications you take regularly, along with the dosages if possible. Include emergency contact information for family members and the name of your preferred hospital if you have one. Agnes from Portland's medical alert list prevented dangerous drug interactions when paramedics discovered she was taking blood thinners that would have made certain heart attack treatments extremely risky. The clear medical information allowed paramedics to choose appropriate treatments that saved her life without causing dangerous bleeding complications. Prepare your medical information now and keep it easily accessible. It could prevent treatment complications that might be worse than the heart attack itself. Tip 7. The dispatcher connection. Staying connected with the 911 dispatcher can literally keep you alive until professional help arrives. And this connection provides real-time medical guidance that can save your life. Emergency medical services dispatcher protocols across the nation include specific instructions for heart attack patients that can help stabilize your condition and prevent complications while you wait for paramedics. Trained dispatchers can guide you through positioning, breathing techniques, and other life-saving actions that improve your chances of survival. They can also monitor your condition and alert incoming paramedics if your situation changes, allowing them to prepare appropriate treatments before they reach you. Disconnecting from 911 eliminates your lifeline and real-time medical guidance at the moment when professional support is most critical to your survival. According to nationwide emergency medical services data, patients who stay connected with dispatchers during cardiac emergencies have better outcomes because dispatchers can detect changes in consciousness, breathing, or speech that indicate worsening conditions. Dispatchers are trained to keep cardiac patients calm, alert, and properly positioned until paramedics arrive, and they can provide CPR instructions to bystanders if you become unconscious. This continuous connection often means the difference between surviving until help arrives and suffering complications that could be prevented. The essential solution is to keep your phone with you at all times during the emergency and follow dispatcher instructions exactly, even if they seem unnecessary or obvious to you. Stay on the line even if you feel better or think the call is no longer needed, because heart attack symptoms can fluctuate rapidly, and what feels better now might become much worse in minutes. Answer all dispatcher questions honestly and completely, including details about your pain level, breathing difficulty, or any changes in how you feel. If you have a hands-free phone option or speakerphone, use it so your hands remain free to follow instructions. Roberto from Miami survived a complex heart attack because the dispatcher guided him through critical positioning and breathing steps during his 12-minute wait for paramedics in heavy traffic. The dispatcher also detected when Roberto's speech became slurred and alerted paramedics that he might be losing consciousness, allowing them to prepare advanced life support immediately upon arrival. Never hang up on 911 during a cardiac emergency. They're your lifeline until professional help arrives, and their guidance can make the difference between survival and tragedy. These 7 steps aren't just theoretical advice from medical textbooks. They're proven, life-saving actions that have helped thousands of seniors survive heart attacks when they were completely alone and facing the most terrifying minutes of their lives. The difference between surviving and not surviving a heart attack often comes down to what you do in the first critical minutes, when your heart muscle is dying and every decision matters. Every action you take immediately can mean the difference between recovery and tragedy, between independence and disability, between life and death. If this information could save your life or someone you love, give this video a thumbs up and tell me in the comments which tip you'll prepare for today, because preparation now could save your life tomorrow. Subscribe for more life-saving health information that every senior needs to know. And please share this video with other seniors in your life, because this knowledge could literally save someone's life when they need it most and have nowhere else to turn.